Stop sleeping. Huh? Masi, where are you? Oh. Fanya haraka, nyinyi watu wa jeshi ni bure kabisa. Are we ready now? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As you are aware, the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education examination, now on its 12th day, has progressed extremely well countrywide. Despite heavy rains pounding some parts of the country, the exam has been delivered to all centers without any hitches. But before I continue to read this speech, I want to give you a heads up as far as examination malpractice is concerned, and for those who want to dare the government of the Republic of Kenya, like I said earlier, we started this process 5 years ago with my colleague and brother, Dr. Fred Matiang'i, CS Mucheru, and the late General Kcpe. And this is the 5th year. And by and large, we have stamped out whatever was called cheating. It does not exist, from the development to the storage to the transport up to the container level. At the container level, we have continued to find a few but persistent rogues who keep on collecting money from the public and hoodwinking them by selling fake papers, which I have been speaking about over the last 2 weeks, and also continuing to expose particularly the second paper. As I speak to you now, we are trailing the culprits of those people who exposed agriculture paper which has just been done. As I have said before, those papers have security features, and those who are either thick or want to dare shall face the consequences. As a result of this, as I speak to you, we are still pursuing a center manager in one place in Homa Bay. I cannot release it because he will disappear. But as I speak, we have successfully arrested the center manager for El Hargasu, mixed center manager, and 2 supervisors. This El Hargasu is in Mandera County. You may ask how we know precisely where the paper was exposed. That paper is a security document. And when you expose it, you don't know how we are going to trail where it was exposed from. So certain papers are meant for certain specific areas and for certain schools. So you may think you are very smart, but this has taken government quite a bit of time to develop the paper. So that principal and 2 supervisors have been arrested, and they will face the full consequences. I'm now constrained to name the school. This is not to say that the children in that school are at any risk, because when the papers are going to be marked, they'll be marked with due diligence. The second one is in Kcpe, in Kenyanya in Kcpe, where again the school is Kerongorori Mixed Center. We have arrested the center manager and 2 supervisors there. We have also confirmed beyond doubt that the paper was exposed at that school in the center manager's office. Ladies and gentlemen, we now go to Garissa, and in Garissa County, Huda Secondary School, we have arrested the center manager because a particular paper was exposed there. When I say exposed, it means they usually target the second paper to, at the earliest opportunity, open it up and send it either through telegram or whatever. But by the grace of God, because of technology, we are able to pick and pinpoint precisely where the paper was opened, and there are going to be consequences. The 4th one is in Kisumu County. The school is called Moro Mixed School. The center manager and supervisor have been arrested. And the next two are actually in Homa Bay, which is the home county of my erstwhile PS, Dr. Julius Joan, and he has work to do. The first one, which school is this one?
No, there are two. We have arrested one. One is still being pursued.
Okay, I'm being told that in Homa Bay there is one who is still being arrested, but the one that has been arrested is like a Dega mixed center, a Dega mixed in Nakweni. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, the message the government is sending here is that even though the first batch of our students completed the first part of the exam on 12th April, the rest are going to continue to take the exam peacefully like we have seen here until they complete on the 21st of this month, which is next week, Wednesday. I wish to assure all parents that the Ministry of Education, the government through the Ministry of Education, has already put in place measures to ensure smooth travel of all candidates to their homes, including those entering, living, and passing through the 5 counties that are under partial lockdown. Ladies and gentlemen, this is further to reassure the public that as we head towards the tail end of this examination, mine is first of all to congratulate the multi-agency team that we have looking after these exams, and also to applaud the general public, including the members of the Fourth Estate, one of who this morning gave me a heads up that has led to us trailing, and you will hear that we have arrested the culprit where agriculture paper, is it paper 1 or paper 2? Paper 1 was exposed at about, was it 8:30? At 8:36 in the morning. I want to assure the public that this so-called early exposure actually means nothing. It is one of the most stupid things you can do to your young children, because you are assuming that you first of all open the paper illegally, assemble a few teachers somewhere who may not be all that intelligent to do the paper very quickly, and then start trying to transmit the results to the children in the halls. This is to warn the candidates for the remaining papers that we shall always know when the result has been transmitted to you, because the time is so short that you are most likely just to repeat what has been sent to you. Since you are not the ones who are guilty, when you see that type of thing, either shout about it or ignore it. We are also ensuring that no child is with a cell phone, because they are trying to use technology to send the redone papers back to the children, because there is basically no time. The break time is half an hour. So why are we confusing our children? And as I keep saying, Shetani lazima atashindwa. Kindly help us to maintain the integrity of this examination. We have done it now. This is the 5th year. Like I said, we are marking these papers and taking notes that the children are out of school for 7 months. Although we have been decisive and ruthless in our pursuit of the masterminds, like we arrested one in Suba some days back, there are still regrettably a few who continue to test the resolve of government. I want to reassure the nation that the exam has not leaked, because leakage means that the exam becomes public much, much longer than before it is ready to be done. You can see that the few culprits, most of whom have now been arrested, are going to pay for the consequences. Those members of the public who keep paying for exams to destroy their children, I think they should be warned, because when we trail it up to you, we are going to be extremely ruthless with you. Despite our impeccable security system, I want to just repeat that we have had arrests in Garissa, Suba in Rachonyo, sub-counties, Suba in Homa Bay, Mandera in Mandera County, Kenyenya in Kisii, and Nyakach in Kisumu. And like I have said, those who are bold enough to attempt to expose, and exposure means collusion. And I think we are going to go further because each examination has 2 security officers. And I want to charge all the security officers not to trust any center manager. Because in order for them to cut and remove a paper, they have either hoodwinked the security officer with a very nice cup of tea and some bread and siagi, or I can't understand, because one security officer must actually eye the examination through and through. And I think we are going to discuss this with my brother, Dr. Fred Matiang'i, to ensure that security officers do not remove their eye from the examination process. I also want to encourage the invigilators and the students who come to witness the examinations to check the paper. Because if the paper has been cut, they usually cut on the corner and glue it back. Check, and if you find that that has happened, it is not a big issue, but it means we shall change everybody else who is involved in that examination administration. All the remaining examination materials, ladies and gentlemen, will remain safely kept. I want to say that despite all the challenges, everything we have done has made sure that the examination is sacrosanct and that the children will get justice. We thank all stakeholders and examination monitors who have kept sending us tips, like I have said. And just to repeat our toll numbers, 080 724 900 and 0800 721 410. 0800 724 900 and 0800 721 410. In terms of the children being safe towards, as the exam has been closed, I've told you that we have made exquisite arrangements to ensure that all the children are given safe passage to their homes, starting from Wednesday or Thursday next week, and that we leave all the rest to God. I will entertain one question directly related to examination security only. Inaangalia pande ya serikali, pande ya kuna pande ya opposition.